Breaking news is former Interior CS Fred Matiangi is landing in the country anytime from now. Matiangi is coming back, and remember, there has been discussions, there has been claims, there has been reports about Matiangi being in the ballot in the 2027 elections. Also, there has been reports that the Kisii people are undecided between former Chief Justice David Maraga and Matiang'i. They want one of them to be their regional kingpin. And it is also been said that sometimes last week, the political elites from the South Nyanza, I am talking about the Kisii region, held a meeting. And in this meeting, the resolution was to force David Maraga to step down for Fred Matiang'i. But unfortunately or fortunately, it never happened. They never agreed. There are those who stick to David Maraga, and there are those who say that it should be Matiang'i. So the meeting was postponed. We don't know when the meeting was going to happen again. But now that we have reports that Matiang'i is coming back to Kenya, there are high chances that maybe in the next meeting, these people are going to involve both of them. The presence of Matiang'i and David Maraga will mean a lot in that meeting. Now, we're talking about the 2027 elections. Remember, there have been reports also that Matiang'i will be in the ballot. It's not a secret. It is an open secret that Matiang'i will be in the ballot in the 2027 elections. Does he have a chance to walk away with this thing? Our politics is unpredictable, but we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about Kisii and the 2027 elections. For quite some time, let's say from 2002 elections, the Kisii people have been casting their votes in support of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. In 2002, they voted for Raila Odinga. In 2007, they voted for Raila Odinga. In 2013, the same. 2017, the same. And recently in 2022, they voted for Raila Odinga. But if you've been keen enough, you must have noticed that they are now shifting from Odingaism. They are now shifting from Raila Odinga. The recent event that happened at Gusii Stadium, whereby Raila Odinga was heckled, was a starting point politically for Kisii people, and they are trying now to churn their way out. They feel like for so long we've been voting for this man, and when it comes to bargaining, when it comes to power, when it comes to everything, Raila Odinga never considers the Kisii people. There isn't an appointment that was made by the government trying to accommodate this broad-based government thing, trying to accommodate those from Raila side. How many Kisiis were involved in this? None. So it surely is that the Kisiis have now realized that we must put our voice together. We must not be there that our work is to be voting for people, and then when it comes to power sharing, we are forgotten. So they have decided that going forward, we are going to have one of our own in the high table, and as at now, they are so undecided because we have David Maraga, who also is said to be considering going for the top seat, and also we have Fred Matiang'i. Now, between these two, the Kisiis have to settle on one person. But when you ask me, I think when it comes to politics, I understand Kenya's politics well. David Maraga is so good. When it comes to, generally, David Maraga is so good. But is he good enough for our politics? Can he manage our Kenyan politics? If you ask me, I think no. Sometimes our politics need somebody who is so mad. And in this sense, I am going for Fred Matiang'i. Although I am not 100% supporting him, but I think in some way it can jangle between our politics and come out with something. For David Maraga, okay, yeah, he's good. Yeah, I don't know how to put it, but generally, he's just a good man. Our politics doesn't need a good man. We all know this. I don't know why you are trying to assume that our politics has always been for good people. No, it has never. It always select those who are ready for it. For David Maraga, I don't think that he's ready for politics. I read something yesterday. I'm not going to put it here, but I read something about David Maraga, and it was because they are now linking David Maraga to Ruto. They are saying that David Maraga is Ruto's project, and there is something that the government is pinning him down. It is something to do with marriage and all that. I'm not going to put it here because I am yet to confirm. So maybe if we get more details about this story, we will share it with you on this channel. Now, for David Maraga is a good man who is generally so good. I think if you ask me, David Maraga can fit in a job opportunity that is in an appointed job opportunity. Like let's say we form a government, then he is appointed to head some parastatal or something like that. I think for David Maraga is so fit in those areas. But to lead this country, I think he is too soft for presidency. It is same as Okiya Omtatah. Okiya Omtatah is a good man. We wish that we could vote for Okiya Omtatah. But is our politics going to give him space to breathe? No, it is not going to allow these two people. They are good, but our politics is so rough. Our politics needs somebody who is ready to talk, somebody who is ready to fight, and somebody who is ready to lose something. Now, Matiangi coming back to Kenya, I think it is a good thing, and we are waiting for him to speak. Right now, we are just seeing Justin Muturi and Rigathi Gachagua trying to tell Kenyans what is going on in this government. I believe that Fred Matiangi also has a lot to tell us, and we're expecting him to say something, because for I think where we are as a country, the Kenyans want someone or somebody who is ready to face Ruto. Physically, socially, economically, all those Kenyans are ready for that somebody. Okay, Rigiji is showing characteristics of that, but Rigiji is not going to vie for presidency. The constitution is not allowing him to do so. So Rigiji is there as a catalyst. Rigiji in 2027 will act as a kingpin now. So I think for Fred Matiangi, he has shown that. My biggest worries is I am not seeing a total freedom of speech with Fred Matiangi. That is my biggest worry, and I am seeing it like I am afraid that, well, he is good, he is ready. I think generally he is good, he is so fit in. But my biggest worry is, well, I can say that Fred Matiangi can help curb corruption, all these scandals, and I think Fred Matiangi can at least do something about it. But my biggest worry is on freedom of speech. That is my biggest worry, and I'm not seeing it happening with Matiangi. At you put Matiangi in a casket, man is not going to allow you to do so. At you to sit down and criticize Matiangi, I don't see Matiangi just sitting down and watch Kenyans on social media criticize him. It is not going to happen, and that is my biggest worries about Fred Matiangi. So I don't know if we will have to sacrifice our freedom of speech for somebody like Matiangi or something like that. But that is my biggest worry. That is the only issue I have with Fred Matiangi. I don't see him allowing Kenyans to talk. I don't see him allowing Kenyans to criticize him. Yani, I don't see him. I think he's a man who is capable of putting down social media platforms. So for Fred Matiang'i, I don't know how he's going to convince us that he will give that freedom of speech. If he's going to do so, then we are ready for him. So this regional kingpinship between Fred Matiang'i and David Maraga, we give it time. Let's see how these people are going to solve this, because I know it is hard, because David Maraga has supporters who are ready for him, and we have Fred Matiang'i, who also has supporters who are ready for him. So I hope they will able to solve this, because at the end of the day, we must have one person. And I think they will, the Kisii people will at least give us one. But I just hope that they will end up with Matiang'i. As much as I want Maraga, I also want Fred Matiang'i. So personally, I'm also confused, because these two people are too good. But I think Maraga is too good. I think Maraga is too good for presidency. Too good, too soft. So he's good, but not good enough. For Fred Matiang'i is good, but I am so worried that maybe if we elect him, we'll not be able to tweet the kind of tweets we normally put up on daily basis. So that is just my biggest worry. If Matiang'i can assure us that he will give us the total freedom of speech, then I wish him all the best. So that is it from the South Nyanza region. It's all about regional kingpinship. It's all about the 2027 elections. They are yet to settle between Fred Matiang'i and David Maraga. But I think the coming back of Fred Matiang'i is going to solve this. I think they will have to sit and have several meetings and decide whom they are going to release to the public as their presidential candidate. Me personally, I wish that the presidency move from these big tribes. We've tried them, they have failed. So me, I wish that presidency just goes to the minority side. This is my prayer. This is what I've been praying for, and I just hope that in 2027 we are going to witness this. I'm still optimistic that the 2027 is not going to be a normal voting day. It is going to be a biggest day for Kenyans to make one of the biggest decisions in their lives. So I'm still hopeful that despite everything, I'm still hopeful and waiting for that 2027 for Kenyans to make a decision that is going to change everything politically, socially, economically, and everything around it. So that is it for me for now. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.